Hello, viewers. Welcome to another amazing episode on the struggles of an MC. And today on the show, I have an amazing and talented rapper. I'm talking about no one else but the one and only Didam Ilya Ajay, popularly known as Uncle DIA. DIA, welcome to the show.
Thank you, my brother. How you doing now?
I'm good, bro.
It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. DIA, I've known you for years. I've known you've been rapping for years, but I'm sure you've been doing this thing a lot longer, before I knew you. So for how long have you been on this journey?
I would say I started rapping as far back as 2003, but I officially put out my first single in 2010.
2010, that's a long time, bro.
Yeah, that's about 15 years ago.
Wow. So apart from the single you have that you put out 2010, are there other projects you've been working on?
Yeah, funny thing is, from that era till now, I've had a couple of projects that are out there, but they just haven't been on DSPs and all that. I have 2 mixtapes. My first mixtape in 2014 was TMI, Too Much Intelligence, a 25-track mixtape.
Wow.
Well, a lot of people in this present time probably have no idea or clue about it. Then in 2016, I put out a project called RAPP, Rise Above Peer Pressure. It's a 12-track mixtape as well. And these are mixtapes. The reason why not all the songs are on DSPs are because of copyright infringements, use of covered beats and all that. So that's the major reason why most of these projects are not out on people's faces.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. I've seen you also post on your socials a couple of times about a movement called BAM. And it's like you guys recently have an event or something, or recently had an event. So can you tell us more about what BAM is all about?
Yeah, BAM simply stands for Graffiti, Basketball and Music. It's a company that was founded by my friend and my brother, who happens to play the role of my manager, Morpheus Rhymes. Officially kickstarted BAM in 2018/2019, and I happen to be the creative director of BAM. So yeah, we're into event management, especially sports-related events, basketball tournaments, and the likes. And we've been waxing strong ever since. Yeah, we just concluded it was a 2-week program for 23 interlocal government tournaments for 23 local governments in Kaduna State.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about your journey. On this show we talk about the struggles of an MC. You understand? So all these years that you've been on this journey, so what are the struggles you've been facing, or you think rappers in Nigeria are facing?
Well, for starters, I'm pretty sure everybody who raps or is a hip-hop enthusiast knows that rap or hip-hop is not a generally accepted genre of music in Nigeria. So it comes with its own perks, it comes with its own challenges here and there. So it's left for you now as the rapper to understand that, okay, you are into this business. It's not going to be a smooth ride. You have to find a way to make it smooth for yourself. And the crazy thing is, in life, nothing good comes easy.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go into rap, if you're going to be a rapper, if you've made up your mind that, okay, this is what you want to do, you should have it at the back of your mind that you will struggle, you'll go through challenges. But now it's left for you to find a way to navigate these struggles and challenges.
Well, that's a smart answer. I love it. So recently, you dropped a post also on your Facebook that has been really getting a lot of buzz. So you made a post and said, apart from yourself, the Headsman, and few other rappers, that you guys have been the only ones holding it down for over a decade. So were you trying to say that other rappers in KD are not really putting in that work, they're not really putting in work?
Okay, I'm going to talk a lot about this particular issue. So the genesis of how that conversation came about was somebody put up a post and Uncle DIA has been doing this for long. I can't remember word to word, but the summary is, I've been doing this for long, and nobody has the guts to challenge or do, I can't remember the exact words, but the summary is, nobody has the guts to challenge or do something close to what I'm doing. So I responded, I laughed over it, and I responded with not probably, I was like, be like they never born the person well.
Okay.
You get, it was just pure banter. We do that a lot on social media.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, as simple as that statement was, it touched some people in the wrong place. See, rappers are very touchy people. I know we come with this ego, we have this big ego, we are too overly sensitive, we are too emotional. A little thing can trigger
a lot of things.
So it was even funny seeing the response of people. And there's one thing about me, if I say something, and there's something about truth, just like we made mention of, if somebody says something, if the shoe fits, wear it. I said something randomly, I did not mention names, I didn't call names. It was just a pure statement with no intent to hurt anybody. But at the end of the day, if the shoe fits, wear it. I said what I said. Anybody that wants to do anything about it should do. And in the course of the whole thing, it started stirring up conversations here and there. Then, like, everybody is throwing jabs, throwing shots, throwing these songs and here and there. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. So after all, I didn't know I had this much influence in the game, and which further proves the point of where the conversation started from. So for me to make a simple post or a comment like that and everybody is riled up, it simply means that, okay, I am who I think I am. You understand? So it's quite funny that people took that thing out of context. But like I will say, I don't care how you take it. If the shoe fits, wear it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I watched a rap battle between you and Spokesman. So was that post what stirred up the rap battle?
To say this, as far as I'm concerned, that was not a rap battle. Going by the standards of a rap battle, I didn't battle. I came there to battle, but last minute I changed my mind not to battle Spokesman for personal reasons. You get. But yeah, those little posts here and there are actually what transcended to the battle.
Okay.
So Spokesman was like, okay, he called me out. He was like, I'm seeing you posting this and that. I'm challenging you to a battle. And for me, like, it was a big deal. Spokesman is one of the MCs I listened to while growing up. So it was an honor for an idol of yours to actually reach out and tell you, okay, I'm challenging you to this. It simply means you're doing something right. It simply means you reach.
That's true.
So it still further validates everything I had said or whatever the person said. Now me, I talk and it's riling up conversations as such, stirring up conversations. And somebody I look up to is even reaching out and say, okay, I'm daring you, I'm challenging you to this. And I took it upon myself, like, okay, I'm going to do this. But then in the course of the whole thing, last minute, I thought of it from different perspectives. I don't need to explain to anybody. Personally, I just told myself, nah, it's not, at the end of the day, I weighed up my options and nah, it's not worth it for me. So I just came to rap there. As far as I'm concerned, that was not a battle. I just rapped and...
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So talking about rap battles.
Yeah.
Talking about rap battle, would you rather win a big rap battle or have one of the biggest songs in Nigeria?
I would rather have the biggest song in Nigeria than win a rap battle. Like 100 times. That is not something I'll even think too much about. Regardless whether it's a Makosa song or as long as it's the biggest song in Nigeria. Yeah.
That's a smart answer.
Yeah.
That's a smart answer. So if you were to be asked, like, who are your top 5 rappers in Nigeria? Talking about lyricism and flow and, you know, cadence, different kind of parts of rapping. Who are your top 5 in Nigeria?
Well, in no particular order, I will mention 5 rappers that these guys are top tier. They can stand anywhere in the world and they are top tier.
Okay.
M.I. Abaga,
yeah.
Jesse Jags.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should pair Show Them Camp as one or individually.
Okay, since Show Them Camp was a crew, I think.
A crew, yeah. I'll push Show Them Camp.
Okay.
Ladipo, Vector the Viper.
Whoa. Well, that's one hell of a list, bro. That list is fire. So let's talk about family, bro. Let's talk about family. So is Uncle DIA married, you know? I know you're uncle, so I want to know if you're also a father and a husband.
Yes, I am married to the game and to the hustle.
Okay. I see what you did with that. Right, Uncle Dia is always nice, chopping it up with you. You're one of those MCs that actually love and respect their craft. So, do you have any advice you feel you like to give to, emerging or, some don't like to be called up and coming or up and coming rappers, that are coming up in the game, because you've been doing this thing for more than a decade, so that's a long time, and I'm sure you've had a lot of experiences. So, do you have any advice you like to give to the ones that are coming up and trying to hold their game tight?
Yes, I have a load chunk of advice to dish out to emerging rappers. Just like you said, sometimes I hate the term upcoming. Emerging is better. I have a lot of advice to give out. Rolling back to the conversation we've been having over the controversy that has been stirring up in recent times. So, like, it just opened my eyes to see a lot of things that, okay, in this part of the world, we don't seem to understand a lot of things. Emerging rappers do not seem to understand a lot of things. See, anybody can rap, but not every rapper can make rap songs.
Wow, that's true.
So, me saying what I said is, over the years, if you go back now and look at, okay, what have I done? Let me talk about from a personal standpoint before I talk about, let me even talk about it from a general standpoint now. If you're going to gauge and ask who are the greatest rappers that have ever done it worldwide before you come down to Nigeria, when you mention their names, you will find out there are a lot of things they have done for themselves and for the culture. It's not just all about being able to rap. In the US, you have a lot of rappers on the streets, people who know how to rap. But are they recognized? No. Why? Because they have done little to nothing for themselves and for the culture. Those that have been mentioned, the Eminems, the Drakes, the Kendrick Lamars, the Kanye West, the Biggies and Tupacs, they have done a lot of things for the culture. You cannot mention top 10 rappers and not mention most of these people I mentioned. Nas, Rakim, and the likes. They've done so much for the culture. Now, if you, as an emerging rapper, are being told that, okay, you are not amongst the best in your zone or in your city, and you get offended, it simply means you haven't done enough for yourself or for the culture. What have you done for the culture? Now, this is me talking from a general standpoint. If you bring it down to Nigeria now, when you mention people like emcee Abaga, Vector, you first of all think of the people that they brought along with them, Chocolate City and the likes. You think of them convening the Hennessy ciphers and the things they do for the culture.
Yeah.
Bring it down now to KD. And like I mentioned in that post, in the past decade, apart from those that were on the Headsmen track, which I was onto,
yeah,
and a couple of other rappers, yourself inclusive,
yeah,
how many people have actually done anything for the culture? Most of these guys that have been throwing DCs and shots at me, like, what have you done for the culture? Someone like Spokesman, we can't even talk about what he has done. He has done so much. True. Just mentioning light work alone.
Yes.
Is something that, okay, this guy, even if he's not here today,
true,
this legacy, like, his name will keep ringing bells.
True.
You have been part of a couple of communities I've been trying to put together, the Imagination community, the Roadside Cypher.
Yeah.
You've been doing your Rap Head Cypher. You've been doing things for the culture. This thing you're doing, this show, you are doing something for the culture.
That's true.
Then somebody who has sat down somewhere does not even have one single, you don't have one single that people know in your locality, and you are now feeling, oh, you deserve to be mentioned amongst the best. Like, what have you done for yourself? Not to talk more of the culture.
That's true.
So, like, me saying these things is, I know what I'm saying. Like, there are people that you know, okay, this guy is putting in effort. Like, he's putting in effort. You understand? But there are people who, they just want to sit down and be crowned. It doesn't work that way. You have to put in work. So, my advice to every emerging artist or every emerging rapper in particular, put in work. Don't just sit down and claim you're the best or you're this and that. Let me make mention of something. I'll take you back to 2017. I did a song called Dem You Pay Me. I don't know if you...
Yeah, I know about the song.
Dem You Pay Me had over 40 covers. No song has been covered in this part of the world like Dem You Pay Me. Except, okay, in this part, the only song I would say has had more covers is Magneto, Canada. I know a lot of people jumped on. But for emerging artists, there is no song that has had that much Like, that was one of the songs that changed the trajectory of entertainment in Kaduna State. Prior to that, how many people were getting paid for shows?
That's true.
You understand? But afterwards, the narrative changed. A lot of artists realized that, okay, actually, I can demand for this, I can demand for that. You understand? And that song, it wasn't even rappers alone that jumped on it. A lot of people. So if I'm just to mention only that song alone, like, it supersedes a lot of people's careers that are throwing shots and throwing DCs and whatever. Then not to talk of other things that I've done. The roadside, I held how many editions of the Roadside Cypher?
Yeah.
You've been participating in that.
Yeah.
I've been doing the Imagination Uprising Cypher.
True.
I post beats online for emerging rappers. It will surprise you to know that if I've had 100 rappers on the Uprising Cypher, only like 4 of them are from Kaduna. I have people from other states jumping on it, but I put it out. Kaduna people will fold their arms and be looking like, you've not done anything for the culture. You've not done anything for yourself. The biggest traction you're having is you dissing me. So, like, it's crazy. Just put in work. That's all I have to say. Put in work. Don't just sit down and expect to be crowned the best or be tagged whatever tag you do not deserve.
So DIA, do you have anything you're working on? Like, anything we need to be anticipating? So do you have any stuff we should be expecting from you anytime soon?
Oh yeah, I have a couple of things I'm planning to put out in the next couple of, will I say, weeks or months. Yes, I have a lot of things I've been working on. I'm a busy bee. I always have things on my plate. Just that I need to figure out the sequence of how I roll them out. And I'm a perfectionist. I love my things coming out top notch. So that's one of the reasons why I take time to put out projects. I don't just put out projects for the sake of putting them out. I want to see that anything I put out, it hits. And over the years, it is no longer news that I've not put out anything that did not hit. Like, this is one thing that I think emerging artists also should. Sometimes a lot of people love to lean towards quantity over quality, but me, I'm more of a quality over quantity kind of person. So yes, I have things coming out at the right time. In the next couple of weeks or months, I'll be dishing out stuff.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. And DIA, it's always nice, having a conversation with you, and it's nice having you on the show. And I hope we get to do this again some other time. And any last words for the viewers there?
Yeah, big shout out to every viewer out there. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Please like, support, and subscribe. Support my brother. He's doing a great job. Big shout out to you.
You already heard. You heard, bro? Like, subscribe, and share. All right, man. See you some other time on the show. And we have come to the end of this. Peace, and we out.